What if I told you that Toyota just pulled off an electrifying feat no other car company could even dream of? Whispers are turning into shouts across the automotive world, claiming Toyota has unveiled a next-generation battery, an aluminum-ion marvel that promises a truly jaw-dropping 1,000-mile driving range and can fully charge in a blistering 5 minutes. Let that audacious claim truly sink in. Imagine, no more agonizing range anxiety, no more endless hours tethered to charging stations, no more lingering doubts about the electric future. This isn't merely a battery upgrade, it's a seismic shift, a potential total disruption of the EV game that might just sideline lithium-ion technology entirely. It's reportedly fireproof, significantly lighter, non-toxic, and remarkably, doesn't rely on rare earth minerals. Could this be the breakthrough moment the entire world has been waiting for? And surprisingly, it seems to be emerging not from the tech giants of Silicon Valley, but from the quiet innovation heartland of Japan. Before we unravel exactly how Toyota allegedly achieved this monumental feat, and what it means for everything from Tesla to the very future of gasoline cars and perhaps even oil itself, ensure you hit that like button, subscribe, and activate notifications. Because this isn't just a story about the next generation of electric vehicles, it's the opening salvo in what could become a global energy revolution, and you are witnessing its unfolding right now. They once declared lithium was the undisputed future, solid state the final frontier. But then, whispers turned into stark claims. Toyota, in a barely publicized 5-minute presentation, reportedly plunged the EV world into outright chaos. No elaborate teasers, no tantalizing leaks, just raw, unapologetic specifications flashing across a screen. 1,000-mile range, a full 5-minute charge, and the kicker? Absolutely no lithium, no cobalt. Initially, many dismissed it as a marketing stunt, a brazen joke too good to be true. Yet what Toyota allegedly showcased wasn't mere concept art. It was a tangible, functioning aluminum-ion prototype reportedly backed by rigorous third-party validation. The reported specs read like science fiction: a peak charging speed of 1,200 kilowatts, an astonishing cycle life of over 10,000 full charges with less than 5% degradation, and, in extreme thermal stability tests, it was said to withstand temperatures up to 250 degrees Celsius without a single failure. Industry insiders were reportedly sent scrambling. This wasn't just a marginal bump over Tesla's 4680 cells, it was allegedly 4 times faster, significantly lighter, and completely non-flammable. It didn't need cobalt, didn't rely on lithium mines shrouded in geopolitical tension, it simply worked. Cleaner, safer, and infinitely more scalable. And the material behind this seismic shift? Aluminum. Unlike its precious counterparts, aluminum is neither rare nor toxic, nor is its supply buried under monopolized territories. As the third most abundant element on Earth, aluminum is already globally mined, traded, and recycled with astonishing efficiency. What Toyota reportedly revealed wasn't just an improvement to EV batteries, it was a fundamental redrawing of the entire global supply chain map. But here's what's truly stunning. The claimed charge capacity isn't a theoretical pipe dream. It's reportedly been rigorously field-tested, lab-verified, and placed on an accelerated track for mass production by late 2026. Toyota's internal roadmap now purportedly includes this aluminum-ion technology in at least 8 diverse vehicle platforms, with new patent filings hinting at scalability even for home energy solutions and the aviation sector. So what makes this chemistry such a radical departure from everything we know?
The fundamental difference lies at the atomic level. Unlike lithium, where each ion carries a single electrical charge, aluminum ions are said to carry 3 electrons per ion. That's a triple electrical payload within the very same physical space. When combined with a graphene-based cathode, these trivalent ions reportedly shuttle at breakneck speeds with minimal internal resistance. This ingenious design means no overheating, no thermal runaway events, and crucially, no need for complex, heavy cooling systems or massive buffer zones within the battery pack. And while traditional lithium batteries notoriously degrade under stress from intense heat, rapid charging, or deep discharge cycles, these rumored aluminum-ion cells appear largely unfazed. Toyota's prototypes were reportedly subjected to brutal tests: frozen, superheated, crushed, punctured, even deliberately short-circuited. The outcome? No explosions. no venting of gas, not even a single spark. This level of intrinsic stability isn't just a safety enhancement, it's profoundly disruptive. Imagine batteries so safe they could be seamlessly integrated under seats, within door panels, or anywhere in the vehicle's frame, eradicating the persistent fear of fire. For regulators, for insurers, for every fleet operator on the planet, this alters everything. But amidst the public astonishment over these incredible specifications, a deeper, more chilling realization reportedly gripped industry insiders. What Toyota didn't say. Not once did they explicitly mention lithium. There was no comparison, no suggestion of backward compatibility, just a cold, silent message delivered to every automaker still placing their bets on lithium-ion. You are now irrevocably behind. Tesla, BYD, General Motors, even CATL all reportedly caught off guard. Existing supply contracts, multi-billion-dollar mining deals, vast gigafactories built on lithium chemistry all suddenly seem to hang in a precarious balance. Because this new battery, if real, plays by an entirely different set of rules. It reportedly sidesteps the need for lithium extraction from the politically volatile salt flats of South America. It doesn't demand cobalt from the ethically fraught mines of the Democratic Republic of Congo. In essence, it appears to simply not care about existing geopolitics or traditional resource monopolies. And the range, the almost mythical 1,000 miles. This wasn't marketing magic. Toyota's prototype sedan reportedly completed a full 1,000 miles on a controlled track on a single charge, carrying a payload equivalent to a fully loaded Camry. The implications are staggering. If mass-produced at scale, this technology could render current EVs obsolete in both cost and performance. Charging infrastructure would dramatically shrink. No more waiting 30 minutes. Highway rest stops could become 5-minute pit stops, just like refueling with gas. But it's not merely the speed, it's the very chemistry. Aluminum is claimed to be fireproof, non-toxic, and recyclable at an astounding 96% efficiency. Crucially, it doesn't rely on scarce minerals hoarded by a select few suppliers. This is where the dominance of lithium begins to crack. For 2 decades, lithium was more than just the backbone of clean energy. It was a tightly controlled monopoly, a cartel of miners, processors, and middlemen stretching from Chile to China. They held the keys. But now that grip is reportedly slipping. Between 2020 and 2023, lithium prices didn't just climb, they skyrocketed, a 400% spike that sent panic rippling. EV giants scrambled to lock in supply deals worth billions, agreements that are now quickly losing their luster. Toyota, it seems, didn't just sidestep the chaos. They allegedly aimed to dismantle the entire system. With aluminum, they might have just pulled the pin from a very fragile grenade.
And that fragility extends deeper than mere economics. The vast majority of global lithium reserves are concentrated beneath the salt flats of Bolivia, Argentina, and Chile. These regions are often teetering on the brink of political instability, prone to nationalizations, public protests, and sudden export bans. A single presidential decree and the global EV supply chain could grind to a halt. Then there's cobalt, a quietly essential component in most lithium-ion chemistries. Over 70% of the world's cobalt originates from the Democratic Republic of Congo, where persistent investigative reports continue to expose grave concerns around child labor and the alleged involvement of armed groups in mining operations. It's been considered the industry's unspoken darker side. And Toyota, if these reports hold true, has effectively walked away from it. Aluminum, thankfully, doesn't carry that same burden. It's mined globally, traded transparently, and recycled almost infinitely. Toyota's strategic pivot could potentially reduce global lithium demand by 30% over the next decade. This isn't just a forecast, it's an economic disruption waiting to happen, one that established lithium giants are surely praying won't materialize. But while lithium's foundations appear to be cracking, the oil industry is reportedly in full-blown panic. The fossil fuel lobby has witnessed battery hype before, but never anything quite like this. Never with specifications that so directly outmatch combustion engines.
For decades, range remained the last undisputed stronghold of the gas-powered vehicle. But a 1,000-mile battery? With a 5-minute recharge? That's not mere competition. It's being framed as a devastating blow. Internal combustion vehicles, quite frankly, cannot evolve their way out of this. An aluminum-ion-powered Toyota Camry could reportedly leave even a luxurious gas-powered Lexus in its dust, not just in range, but in efficiency, overall vehicle weight, and the crucial cost per mile. And it's not just the cars themselves. The very infrastructure is allegedly undergoing a rapid transformation. Reports suggest that major gas station chains in Japan and California are already exploring the integration of 1-megawatt aluminum-ion charging docks, stations capable of fully charging a vehicle in less time than it takes to grab a coffee. No fumes, no fire hazards, just raw electricity delivered faster than previously imagined. This kind of transition doesn't just dent the oil industry, it threatens to gut it entirely. Analysts are now reportedly forecasting that global petroleum demand could plummet by 8 million barrels per day by 2035 if aluminum-ion technology achieves widespread scale. That's more than all of Canada's current oil exports, wiped out, not by regulation, but by pure, relentless innovation. And this innovation, it seems, is no longer solely coming from the tech hubs of Silicon Valley. Inside Tesla, sources claim Project Helix, an emergency aluminum cell R&D initiative, was reportedly activated less than 24 hours after Toyota's alleged reveal. Engineers are said to be diverted from critical projects like Dojo and FSD, now focused full-time on this new battery chemistry. The perceived threat is stark, and it's escalating rapidly. Meanwhile, in China, giants like CATL and BYD are reportedly scrambling to maintain control of a supply chain they once believed was their undisputed domain. Aluminum, if realized, cuts them out. It strips away the considerable leverage they've built through lithium dominance. Their executives are said to be in urgent sessions, desperately pushing for new patents, new prototypes, anything that could potentially slow Toyota's blistering momentum. Even the U.S. Department of Energy, reportedly caught completely flat-footed, has reopened archived aluminum-ion research from the early 2010s. Research that was, ironically, quietly shelved in favor of lithium. Now, those dusty blueprints are allegedly being revisited under full lockdown, with new patents being filed at an unprecedented pace. Perhaps it's too late, but the tech race is no longer just about who got there first. It's fundamentally about who survives this monumental shift. And in Japan, the reaction was even more telling. Media outlets reportedly dubbed Toyota's announcement the tech Pearl Harbor of the automotive world, an ambush so precise, so disruptive, it instantly reshuffled global alliances. Companies that once scoffed at Toyota's deliberately paced EV adoption are now allegedly crawling back to the negotiating table, desperately scrambling for licensing deals. Even Elon Musk, a leader rarely seen playing defense, reportedly tweeted just 2 words after the reveal. Didn't expect that. No context, no characteristic bravado, just a stark, telling silence. Because deep down, many speculate he knows this wasn't merely a press event. This was a clear declaration of war, and behind closed doors, that war had already begun.
Venture capitalists reportedly pulled back overnight, gripped by terror from the sudden market shift. Startups once valued in the billions, like Lucid and Fisker, suddenly found their long-range lithium bets evaporating into thin air. Their cutting-edge technology, overnight, looked over-engineered, overly complicated, and crucially, years too late. The industry's notoriously fragile ecosystem was cracking, and only the most adaptable would survive the fallout. Even the entrenched legacy giants weren't immune. Ford, General Motors, Volkswagen, each had poured billions into lithium infrastructure, into sprawling factories, complex battery partnerships, and intricate supply deals spanning Chile, Australia, and China. Now every executive boardroom allegedly echoed with a single harrowing question: did we just lose the future to Toyota? Investors weren't waiting for answers. BYD's stock reportedly plummeted 6% in a single day after Toyota's rumored aluminum roadmap leaked to Nikkei. GM's EV division allegedly canceled 2 major product unveilings, citing immediate battery strategy revisions. Hyundai and Kia are said to be already in discreet, off-record but urgent talks with Toyota for licensing rights. Everyone, it seems, sensed what was coming. No one wanted to be the last to pivot. And yet, for Toyota, this was never about merely catching up or gaining a first-mover advantage. If these reports are true, it's about establishing total dominance. So their alleged 2026 lineup now includes 8 aluminum-powered models, ranging from efficient city hatchbacks to full-sized SUVs. Each one reportedly promises lower weight, lightning-fast charging, and ranges that would utterly humiliate everything currently on the market. They aren't just catching up to Tesla, they are allegedly leapfrogging the entire field. But such a monumental leap reportedly comes with its own twist: infrastructure. Current EV networks were simply not built for this level of performance. Superchargers, CCS stations, destination plugs, they top out at around 350 kilowatts. That's fast for lithium, but for aluminum-ion, it's like trying to funnel a tsunami through a garden hose. Toyota's new chemistry reportedly demands megawatt-level throughput. And so the world's entire charging infrastructure faces an ultimatum: upgrade or perish. Power companies, station operators, and government agencies across the globe reportedly began sketching emergency plans. In Tokyo, a 1-megawatt pilot station branded quietly under Toyota Energy allegedly came online within weeks. Cars charged in 5 minutes. No overheating, no queues, no frustrating waits. And it wasn't an isolated incident. Japanese convenience store chains, already deeply integrated into the national grid, announced plans to retrofit thousands of locations with aluminum fast charge hubs. In the U.S., California-based ChargePoint reportedly filed for permits to convert existing solar EV hubs into aluminum-compatible megasites. Even Shell, yes, Shell, was reportedly spotted in high-level meetings with Toyota's infrastructure team. This wasn't just about faster charging, it was about re-establishing familiarity. Aluminum-ion technology, if successful, closes the crucial behavioral gap between EVs and gasoline cars. 5-minute fill-ups, zero range anxiety, no more babysitting your car with an app timer. You park, plug in, grab a quick snack, and you're gone. It's effortless. And consumers, they don't need convincing, they need access. That's when the entire conversation reportedly shifted from groundbreaking technology to stark economics. For years, the electric vehicle dream was tantalizingly real, but prohibitively expensive. Batteries were consistently the most costly component in any electric car, often accounting for 30 to 40% of the sticker price. Lithium-ion cells typically hovered around $120 to $140 per kilowatt hour. Solid-state prototypes were still stuck above $200, within reach only for billionaires. But Toyota's alleged announcement changed that calculus overnight, because aluminum is cheap. Reportedly, dirt cheap. It's mined in over 60 countries globally. It's already deeply integrated into global logistics and supply chains. And the aluminum-ion manufacturing process, unlike lithium's, reportedly doesn't require expensive dry rooms, exotic chemicals, or rare cobalt coatings. Toyota's factories, it's suggested, could retool existing lines with minimal cost and disruption. Analysts reportedly estimate their per kilowatt-hour cost could plummet below $80 by the time mass production truly begins. And that truly changes everything. Imagine an aluminum-powered Toyota Corolla selling for under $25,000, boasting a 1,000-mile range and a 5-minute charge time. That's not just a premium EV, that's a category killer. A product that could make everything else on the market feel instantly outdated the moment you experience it. The affordability doesn't stop at the retail price. Maintenance costs are predicted to drop sharply. No liquid cooling systems, no complex thermal management modules, and crucially, no inherent explosion risk. Battery degradation is so minimal that Toyota reportedly plans to offer an unprecedented 20-year warranty on certain models. One car, 2 decades, 0 battery replacements. Even recycling transforms into a core strength. Lithium battery recycling is notoriously expensive, often messy, and highly inefficient, barely breaking even. Azteric aluminum, by contrast, is reportedly recyclable at 96% recovery with almost no energy loss. Toyota's internal projections suggest they could achieve full battery circularity by as early as 2030. And the final, critical piece, scalability. While competitors scrambled to secure dwindling supplies of rare metals, Toyota's potential supply chain is reportedly eerily calm. Existing smelters, casting facilities, and aluminum foundries are already operating in virtually every industrial nation on Earth. No need for controversial new mines, no paralyzing environmental lawsuits, no unpredictable geopolitical drama.
just a familiar metal employed in an unfamiliar, revolutionary way, scaling faster than anything before it. Suddenly, the narrative wasn't just about electric vehicles anymore. It expanded to encompass economics, massive grid storage solutions, commercial shipping, aviation, and potentially beyond. Entire industries now are reportedly peering into Toyota's playbook, desperately attempting to decode the battery chemistry that promises to make lithium obsolete. And as Toyota allegedly ramps up production behind silent factory gates, one chilling question echoes louder than ever across the global automotive battlefield. Who's next to fall?
Because this wasn't just an industrial pivot, it's being framed as a moral reckoning. Toyota's aluminum-ion technology, if these reports are true, doesn't just outperform lithium, it sidesteps its darkest legacies entirely. No scarring mining operations, no alleged child labor, no devastating groundwater depletion. This battery is envisioned as fast, cheap, and powerful, yet completely free of the ethical cost. For decades, the unspoken truth of clean energy was its own, often hidden pollution. Lithium mining has undeniably scarred salt flats across South America, draining precious water supplies and displacing vulnerable communities. Cobalt extraction in the Congo has been linked to severe human costs, including child labor, toxic waste, and unregulated pits tragically visible from satellite images. But aluminum, as presented, tells a profoundly different story. It's extracted without brine evaporation or chemical slurry. It's mined in over 60 countries without cartel control. It's non-toxic and non-explosive. Toyota's aluminum-ion battery, if realized, doesn't just eliminate rare earth dependencies, it reportedly erases these long-standing environmental red flags completely. There's reportedly no thermal runaway, no chance of fires, explosions, or hazardous off-gassing. It doesn't leak, swell, or ignite under pressure. In safety tests, even when deliberately punctured, the pack is said to remain inert, completely cold to the touch. This means fire departments wouldn't need specialized hazmat units anymore. Insurance costs could plummet. Regulatory approval processes could dramatically accelerate. Everyone from recyclers to regulators would likely have one collective response. Finally. And unlike lithium, aluminum's second life is reportedly effortless. No complex chemical stripping, no high-heat smelting, no irrecoverable material loss. Toyota's rumored recycling system is claimed to recapture over 96% of usable materials from each cell with virtually no emissions. The battery doesn't just last longer, it reportedly comes back cleaner, again and again. The knock-on effect? EV production emissions could reportedly drop by over 40%. Suddenly, the long-standing argument that EVs are just coal-powered cars collapses under scrutiny. In life cycle analyses, aluminum-ion could reportedly outperform lithium, fuel cells, and even some hybrids across the board. For governments desperately pushing for carbon neutrality, Toyota isn't just offering a new car, they're offering a monumental shortcut. And yet, this battery, if the rumors are to be believed, was never meant to stop solely at cars. Toyota allegedly has far grander plans. Hidden within patent filings, quiet mentions of aluminum-ion scalability have begun to emerge, not just for vehicles, but for the entire energy grid. Stationary energy storage has long been the Achilles heel of solar and wind power. Lithium packs are expensive, volatile, and degrade rapidly under constant cycling. But aluminum-ion, according to these reports, thrives under load. It doesn't mind deep discharges. It can reportedly sit dormant for months or pump out power for years without complaint. Toyota's engineers have reportedly teased a modular energy unit, a shoebox-sized battery capable of powering an entire home during outages. Stackable, inherently safe, silent, and fully recyclable. It's being touted as a game-changer for off-grid living and renewable energy farms. Entire microgrids could theoretically run off aluminum with zero emissions and zero inherent risk. But the horizon reportedly stretches even further still. Military agencies have already begun testing aluminum-ion for unmanned drones and critical field equipment. The aviation sector has quietly confirmed exploratory contracts with Toyota's aerospace division. Lightweight, high density, and non-flammable, aluminum ion could integrate into cabins and fuselages where lithium never could safely venture. And then come the consumer tech rumors. Smartphones that charge in under 1 minute. Laptops boasting a week of battery life. Wearables that never overheat even under direct sunlight. Suddenly, this isn't just about cars, homes, or even oil. It's about power itself. Who controls it? Who stores it? Who delivers it? Toyota, it seems, has strategically positioned itself not merely as an automaker, but as a potential global energy platform. And the ripple effects haven't ceased. Patent offices across Europe, the US, and Asia are reporting record filings related to aluminum ion chemistry, many with Toyota's name prominently featured. Universities are reportedly flooded with grant money. Startups are pivoting overnight. Governments are hastily rewriting policy memos. This isn't a ripple. It's a profound rift in the fabric of the energy world. Inside boardrooms from Detroit to Munich, a single urgent question now echoes. Is it already too late to catch up? Because Toyota, it seems, is not slowing down. They've already reportedly mapped out their next moves: aluminum ion integration into industrial transport, marine shipping, and even advanced robotics. Their vehicles could soon power homes. Their energy systems could stabilize entire grids. And their battery, that silent, unburnable slab of alleged innovation, has rapidly become the single most valuable and most disruptive object in the entire auto industry. Elon Musk's team, despite all their formidable expertise, reportedly haven't cracked it. Chinese giants are scrambling for viable alternatives, and the lithium lobby, once the undisputed gatekeepers of the EV age, are reportedly watching their carefully constructed walls begin to crumble. The next chapter of the energy race isn't going to be defined by lithium anymore, or cobalt, or even oil. It will be fiercely contested over who controls aluminum ion technology, and, tragically, who gets left behind. Because the old world ran on combustion, the new one will run on something else entirely. And Toyota, if these claims prove true, has just lit the fuse.